Hey, what's up? I'm Fanboy Philly, and welcome to Fanboy Philly Reviews. And today I'm talking about last year's sequel to A Christmas Story, known as A Christmas Story Christmas, starring most of the original cast. The only stars not returning are the late Darren McGavin, who played the old man, and Melinda Dillon, who played Mrs. Parker, but chose not to return, and she was replaced by Julie Haggerty, who starred in the Airplane movies back in the 80s. The original is such an iconic film that every year TBS shows it all day long on Christmas Day, and every year I have kept it on all day long until my wife and kids get bored with it. It is by far one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. In this follow-up to one of the most beloved all-time classic Christmas movies, Ralphie is at home with his family waiting to hear from his literary manager about a decision from a publisher about his book, when he gets a phone call from his mother telling him that the old man has passed away. So he packs up his family, his wife and two young children, and he heads back home in Indiana to be with his mom for Christmas, as well as help take care of handling things after his father's passing. As he is back, his mom asks him to take over for his father to make a great Christmas for the family, which puts a lot of pressure on Ralphie, who doubts his abilities to do so. So he ends up seeking help from his old friends, Flick and Schwartz, and they end up drunkenly brainstorming what to do. And thus begins this chapter of Ralphie's story. There have been other sequels to A Christmas Story that never took off as well as the original, and they were about the Parker family, but there were no original performers in these films. These include A Christmas Story 2, The Great American 4th of July and Other Disasters, My Summer Story, and Ollie Hop Noodle's Haven of Bliss. The only one of these I've seen is A Christmas Story 2. And it was nowhere near a good follow-up to the original, probably because it was made for TV. But this sequel from last year, was it any good or even close to the original? Ralphie, of course, is played by Peter Billingsley. Schwartz is again played by R.D. Robb, and Flick is played by the returning Scott Schwartz. Aaron Hayes joins the cast as Ralphie's wife, Sandy, and his children are Mark, played by River Drosh, and Julie, played by Juliana Lynn. And they are a great addition to the story as we see the progression of Ralphie from the child into the adult on the other side of the Christmas experience. We also get the return of Zach Ward as Ralphie's childhood bully, Scut Farkas, and Ian Petrella as Ralphie's little brother, Randy. The movie has similar dream sequences as the original, where Ralphie imagines himself in a hero role, but these dreams don't have quite the same happy endings as in the original. And we also have narration like the first one, keeping with the idea that we are being told a story from the past, as this one is set in 1973. Also, like the old movies, the children have issues with a bully, but find their own way of handling the bully. Overall, this sequel was pretty good, possibly because it had a lot of the original cast, as well as the fact that Peter Billingsley being in control of the project. It is a good Christmas special, but not the ultimate classic the original movie was, but it was fun and enjoyable as a piece of nostalgia. The movie is also a farewell not only to the old man, but also to Darren McGavin, who played the character back in 1983. The actor passed away in 2006, but they still acknowledged him throughout the film in pictures and also hearing his voice in flashback thoughts. Like I said, every year I watch the original multiple times a day. Does this one have the same effect on me? Nowhere near. But as this is the second year after it came out, I've watched it once last year and so far once this year. I definitely thought it was better than A Christmas Story 2, as it not only brought back the original actors, but also had a better story. But as I've already said, Billingsley had a lot of control over this project, and it is a big part of his legacy. So if you get the chance to see it this year, and you have Max, give it a shot. It is a good movie, but not the classic the original one was. Thank you again for joining me, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And don't forget to ring the bell so that you'll get the notification when I release another review. And as always, take care of yourselves and be good to the ones you love. And I'll catch you later.